Hello students, today we will discuss chapter number 5, which is magnet and materials. Okay. In previous chapters, you studied that magnetism due to a moving charge, and magnetism and electricity, magnetic field and electric field are not independent, they are correlated to each other. Now we discuss about in this chapter about properties of magnet and the materials having magnetic properties and what is the effect of on materials by applying external magnetic field. Okay, now basic, if I talk about basics of magnetism, basics of magnetism, then we say that earth behave as a magnet. Okay, earth behave as a magnet. Why? Earth behave as a magnet because earth has enormous amount of molten lava in its core. Okay, and this molten lava, okay, this liquefied lava behave as a bar magnet inside the earth. That means if you imagine your earth, then there is a molten lava which is iron and mixture of nickel, which is present in molten form. Okay, that means this create a magnetic field, and due to this molten lava, earth behave as a magnet. Okay, and earth has its own magnetic field which protect us from various dangerous rays in space. Okay, magnetic field is very necessary for us, otherwise we cannot survive in earth. Okay, so earth behave as a magnet due to molten lava in its core. Okay, in its core. The second point is earth has a magnetic field, and the poles of this magnet is north pole and south pole. Okay, north pole and south pole. Earth has a magnetic field, and this magnetic fields form of poles. The one pole is north pole and the second pole is south pole. Okay, now in this chapter we will discuss about bar magnets. Okay, about bar magnets. So first of all, what is bar magnets? Bar magnets are type of a magnet which has a pole, south pole and north. Okay, so how this magnetism property discovered? How this magnetism property discovered? I will show you. When scientists spread some sprinkles around a bar magnet, then they notice these sprinkles surrounded very these iron sprinkles attracted towards a specific region of bar magnet like as in North Pole and in South Pole. Okay, in South Pole in heavily manner. Okay, these are iron sprinkles spread around a bar magnet. Then they notice that the amount of iron sprinkles or concentration of iron sprinkles heavily at the side of terminals of this bar magnet. That's why they concluded that there is something energy or there is something force that force these iron sprinkles to bound it, all these iron sprinkles around them. Okay, so we can say that there is something poles where the magnetic strength is maximum. Okay, and in middle between bar magnets the magnetic strength is lower than the magnetic strength at terminals or poles. Okay, so that's why we can conclude that a bar magnet has a poles, one is south pole and second one is north pole. Okay, the third point is, when we suspended a bar magnet through a thread, then the bar magnet tilt or move in the direction of north to south. Okay, that means a force exists which cause to move this bar magnet when it suspended freely from a thread. Okay, that means when a bar magnet suspended freely through a thread, then it subjected, it moves along north to south. Okay, so this is the properties I discuss about bar magnet. Okay, now we discuss some other points related to magnets and its property. You can say that magnetic strength is maximum at poles of magnet. Okay, now individual poles cannot exist. Okay, individual poles, magnets or poles always exist in pairs. Poles always exist in pair. What the mean of poles always exist in pair? That means if we draw a bar magnet, and here is the north pole and here is the south pole. Now if you break this magnet, then the breakout magnets again form two poles. That means there is a north and there is a south, and there is a north and there is a south. Okay, that means individual poles cannot exist, okay, in magnets. If you remember, magnetic field lines through a magnet cannot be created or cannot be produced by a single pole. Otherwise, in other hand, we see that in electrostatics chapter that electric field lines can create or produce by a single static charge. These are the difference between magnetism and electrostatics. Okay. Now, one more important point is, when you see the bar magnet, then there is a dimensional length which is A and B. These are the terminals of bar magnet, and the pole exists something inner side from its terminal. That means this is the north pole and this is the south pole. That means if you represent the length from A to B is L, capital L, and the length of magnetic poles are L, then magnetic dimension or magnetic length is 6/7 magnetic length magnetic length Ns, magnetic length Ns is 6/7 is 6 by magnetic length is 6/7. Magnetic length is 6/7 to geometric length. Okay, and what is the geometric length? A to B. Okay, the geometric length is A to B. That means magnetic length is less than geometric length. Okay, the poles always exist at some distance from its ends. That means this north pole exists from some distance from A, and the south pole also exists at some distance from B. Okay, so this is our important points. Now we discuss Coulomb's law of magnetostatics or magnetism. Coulomb's law of magnetic force. The magnetic force the force of attraction, the force of attraction or repulsion between two poles of magnet, F is first of all proportional to product of magnetic strength of poles. That means magnetic strength of north pole is M1 and magnetic strength of south pole is M2. Okay, M is magnetic strength. Okay, M is magnetic strength, strength of pole, magnetic strength of pole. Okay, and the force is also inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That means r square. Okay. Now I draw the figure of magnet, then you can easily understand what I am saying. If this is a bar magnet, okay, this is a bar magnet, and here is a north pole and here is a south pole, and the distance between these poles are r. Okay, the distance between these poles are r, and the magnetic strength of north pole is m1, and magnetic strength of south pole is m2. Then force proportional to m1 m2 upon r square. Now when you eliminate this proportional term, then force becomes equals to k m1 m2 upon r square. Now this k is F equals to mu naught upon 4 pi. Okay, and what is the value of mu naught upon 4 pi? The value of mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 to the power minus 7 m1 m2 upon r square. This is the Coulomb force of magnetism. Okay, this is the Coulomb's law of magnetic force. Okay, this is the Coulomb's law of magnetic force. This is Coulomb's law of magnetic force. Coulomb's law of magnetic force. Okay. Now, what is the unit of magnetic field strength? The unit of magnetic field strength is ampere into meter. Okay, the unit of magnetic field strength. Remember this term, because magnetic field strength will use in further, because this term again and again we use in our discussion. Okay, that means the unit of magnetic strength of pole m is ampere into meter. Okay, this is the unit. Now we will discuss property of magnetic field lines. Okay, most important topic, the property of magnetic field lines. In most exams, one-liner question comes from properties of magnetic field lines. Okay, now we see what are the properties of magnetic field lines. Properties of magnetic field lines. Now, the first point is magnetic field lines makes a continuous closed loop. Okay, magnetic field lines, remember always, magnetic field lines make continuous closed loop. That means if we draw a magnet like this, okay, then if we draw a magnet like this is the north pole and this is the south pole. Okay, That means the magnetic field lines makes a continuous closed loop. Okay, that means if we draw our pattern of magnetic field lines, then this pattern show like this. Okay, the magnetic field lines makes a close loop, and this is the difference between electric field lines and magnetic field lines. The magnetic field lines inside the magnet travels from south to north. That means if we draw the pattern, then inside the magnet these lines travel from south to north, and outside the magnet the direction of magnetic field lines from north to south pole. Okay, the direction of magnetic field lines outside the magnet from north to south pole. Okay, that means we have to draw the direction of magnetic field lines like this. Okay, you cannot see magnetic field lines, you can only experience it. Okay, so this is the figure to show, as you can see, these are the closed loop and these magnetic field lines are continuous. Okay, magnetic field lines magnetic field lines makes continuous closed loop. Okay, other hand, in other hand, electric field lines start from positive charge, and ends at negative charge. Okay, and sum of lines ends at infinity. Okay, now if we draw the pattern of electric field lines, then you see that if this is a positive charge and this is the negative charge, this is a positive charge and this is a negative charge, then electric field lines start from or originate from positive charge and ends at negative charge, same as here. Okay, the pattern is like this. Okay, so this is the pattern of electric field. You can see that some lines are infinite and the lines originate at positive charge to and ends at negative charge. So this is the pattern of electric field line. Now the second point is magnetic field lines. Okay, one point I forgot to mention that you can also imagine a bar magnet as current carrying solenoid. Okay, a solenoid also behave as a bar magnet. Okay, if we draw a pattern from solenoid of magnetic field lines, then pattern we get same as from bar magnet. Okay, so this small thing is solenoid is assume as bar magnet. Okay, bar magnet. That means the property of bar magnet, the all property of bar magnet is the property of solenoid. Okay, as bar magnet. The third point, the second point is magnetic field. The direction of magnetic field is the tangent. The direction of at the any point, at the any point of magnetic field lines, at the any point of magnetic field lines, if we draw a tangent, then it will show the direction of magnetic field. Okay, the direction of magnetic field, at that point. Okay, so this is the also important point. That means if you draw a tangent, that means if this is a magnetic field line and at some point you want to know the direction of magnetic field, then simply you have to make a tangent at this point, then you will get your direction of magnetic field. Okay, this is the magnetic field line. Okay, now we discuss about other point which says that the magnetic field strength is depends on the magnetic field lines cross the number of magnetic field lines crosses per unit area. Okay, the magnetic field strength depends on number of magnetic field lines, magnetic field lines crosses per unit area. Okay, that means if we draw a pattern of magnetic field lines and take a unit area, that means if we draw a magnetic field line like this, okay, and take a unit area at this is a point A and this is point B. Okay, this is point B and this is point A. Now we take a unit area. Okay, now if we take a unit area at point A, then you can see that here 3 magnetic field lines crosses this area. Now if we take same area at point B, then only a single then only a single magnetic field lines crosses this area. That means the magnetic field strength at A is greater than magnetic field strength at B. Okay, so the magnetic field at A is greater than magnetic field strength at B. Okay, so this is the point which I want to say you. If you see in this magnet, the magnetic field strength at this point is greater than the magnetic field strength at this point, because at this point the concentration of magnetic field lines is much more than this point. Okay, that's why the magnetic field strength is higher at this area. Okay, now the second point is magnetic field lines do not intersect each other, okay, or bisect each other. Magnetic field lines do not intersect each other. Okay, magnetic field lines do not intersect each other. That means if this is a magnetic field line and this also a magnetic field line, this is A and this is B. Okay, this is A and this is B. Now if they intersect at a point O, that means if we want to draw the direction of magnetic field at O, then due to this magnetic field line the direction is this, and due to this magnetic field line the direction is this, and this is not possible that a single point gives two direction of magnetic field. Okay, this cannot be possible. Okay, that's why the magnetic field lines do not intersect each other. Okay, now our next topic is magnetic dipole. Okay, as you studied already about electric dipole, okay, same as in magnetism there is a magnetic dipole. That means if you draw a bar magnet, there is a north and this is the south, and the distance between the poles are 2L. The distance between two poles is 2L, and the M is magnetic strength. M is the magnetic strength of either pole. Okay, remember one thing, a magnet always has two opposite nature pole, but the strength of pole will always same. Okay, the strength of pole always same, but the nature of pole opposite. Okay, so remember this point very carefully. Okay, now what is the magnetic dipole? Magnetic dipole of magnet. When we talk about magnet, we always talk about bar magnet. Okay, magnet is product of magnetic strength of either pole and distance between them, Okay, so this is the definition of magnetic dipole. That means if the M is the magnetic strength of either pole, that means magnetic dipole equals to M into 2L. This is the magnetic dipole moment. And what is the unit of it? Magnetic dipole moment represented in the form of capital M. Okay, and this is a vector quantity. Because this sign represents a vector quantity. Now, unit of magnetic dipole M is the unit of strength of pole is ampere meter, and the unit of L is, or the unit of length is also meter. That means the unit of M become ampere per meter, ampere meter square. Okay, ampere meter square. This is the unit of magnetic dipole. Okay, so I hope you understand this lecture. If you have any query, then say in comment section.